You're listening to IsReal News, 3 daily briefings on the Middle East and on global developments.
From IsReal News, this is the midday briefing for Tuesday, April 21st. Last-minute ceasefire talks between the United States and Iran remain uncertain as the 2-week truce approaches its expiration tomorrow. Vice President J.D. Vance, who had been expected to lead the American delegation in Pakistan, remains in Washington. Pakistan says it is still waiting for formal confirmation from Iran on whether Tehran will take part in a second round of talks. Earlier today, regional officials said both sides had signaled they were prepared to meet again, with Vance leading the U.S. team and Iranian Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf expected to represent Tehran. But by late afternoon, Pakistan's information minister says Iran has not formally agreed to participate. Iran's foreign ministry says there has been no final decision because of what it calls unacceptable American actions, apparently referring to the recent U.S. blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. Hours before the ceasefire deadline, the U.S. Treasury announces new sanctions on Iran. The measures target 8 individuals, 4 companies, and 2 aircraft allegedly involved in procuring and transporting weapons for the Iranian regime. Israeli officials say they do not expect an agreement to emerge from the talks in Pakistan. A senior security source says Iran is trying to buy time and is speaking with multiple voices. The official says Israel and the United States are coordinated and prepared to resume the war immediately if diplomacy fails. Even during the ceasefire, both countries have continued preparing for renewed fighting. Israeli and American officials say joint plans have been approved for possible strikes on Iranian national infrastructure and energy facilities if negotiations collapse. Military activity is continuing across the region. The U.S. today conducted an exercise over Britain involving 2 B-2 bombers. Israeli and American aircraft have also reportedly continued training missions across the Middle East. In northern Israel, the military now says air raid sirens earlier in parts of the Galilee were not a false alarm. The alerts were likely triggered by the interception of a drone launched from Lebanon before it crossed into Israeli territory. The Israeli military also says Hezbollah fired several rockets toward Israeli forces in southern Lebanon. Israel says it struck the launcher in response, calling the attack a clear violation of the ceasefire agreement. Adding to regional concern, a former member of Iran's negotiating team posted an alarming warning on social media, urging people to leave the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait immediately. He also warned ships near the Strait of Hormuz to prepare to abandon their vessels, saying time is running out. Meanwhile, a Saudi newspaper reports that senior Palestinian Islamic Jihad figure Akram al-Ajuri survived an apparent assassination attempt in Iran last month. According to sources in the group, a compound in the city of Qom was bombed, but al-Ajuri had left shortly beforehand as part of what they describe as routine security procedures. The report says al-Ajuri, a senior leader in Palestinian Islamic Jihad with close ties to Iran and Hezbollah, has been taking increased security precautions in recent weeks amid fears that the fighting could resume. Those are the latest headlines from IsReal News.
Follow IsReal News for 3 daily briefings. Fast, factual, and to the point.